Hi, this is Ken and Michelle Bass.
And you're listening to the Resilient Parenting Podcast.
Hi, this is Ken and Michelle, and we have another episode of our podcast on the way up. But first, guess what?
Wait, let me guess. Really bad jokes.
You read my comedic genius mind, didn't you? I think I did a Star Trek joke once. How about some robot jokes?
I would just like to say, wait,
Yeah?
You did not correct me when I said really bad jokes.
Oh, I thought you said dad jokes. Answer.
Oh,
okay.
Whatever. Okay, go ahead. We're going to do robot jokes?
Robot
Okay.
jokes.
You know, anytime we're dancing, I always like to do a nice robot. So go ahead.
Okay. What kind of robot can power a ship?
A robot that can power a ship.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
A robot.
That was not good. That wasn't even kind of good. That one sunk.
What did the robot get for its old dead batteries?
What did the robot get for its old dead batteries?
Thank you, straight man. Nothing. They were free of charge. Free of charge.
Oh my goodness, it just gets worse.
No, it gets better because I'm shutting up.
Okay. We need batteries quickly.
Yeah, and we need you to listen to the episode and let us know of anything you'd like to hear talked about on our podcast.
Sounds good. Well, Ken and I are on the road. There's been a few visits where we haven't actually been able to go to the facility, so we're super excited. We are visiting with Lori Fascilla, Executive Director of Giraffe Laugh, Early Learning Centers. And I have heard so much about Giraffe Laugh, but I have never really been able to hear everything that you provide. So welcome. We're super excited that you're joining our podcast today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thanks for welcoming us to the Lori Fascilla facility. You've never heard that before, I realize, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no children here. This is just the main office, so we have it pretty easy.
Yeah, so the main office, I'd just like to describe it to you. If you like giraffes, this is the place for you. And I actually collect giraffes. And so you didn't know this, but I was looking around and getting inspired for all sorts of art projects later on. So thank you.
I love that.
So Giraffe Laugh, tell us, what is Giraffe Laugh and what do you do?
Well, Giraffe Laugh has been around for almost 35 years. Well, actually just over 35 years. And I've been here for almost 35 of those years.
Oh, wow.
And we are early learning programs that serve children 0 through 5. And then we have a summer program for school-age children. And our mission as a nonprofit is to ensure school readiness, empower families, and build strong futures. And we do that through a quality program that make sure children are ready for kindergarten, that really supports parenting through that early parenting years. You know, they're young, whether they're 40 or they're 14 when they come in, they're a young family and just trying to figure it out. And then lastly, our Building Strong Futures is all of our wraparound services, and that includes things like our food pantries at every site. We have birthday boxes that kids can choose from if they're invited to a party and their parents can't afford a gift and so forth.
Okay, so how many locations do you have?
Right now we have 5.
What?
Yes,
I did not know
Within
that.
the Treasure Valley?
Yes, we have one in Cuna, a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
So at that particular location, we serve children from infants, and they serve all the way up to 18. So in that one building, we're covering all of childhood, which is pretty exciting.
I didn't realize this was a nonprofit, though. When you said that, I had no idea.
Yes.
It was like we were asking, what is Giraffe Laugh?
Well, now you know, right? That's an important component of our work, and part of our nonprofit mission is to ensure that children that have the least access to quality care, because quality is very expensive, that they have access to our programs. So a large portion of our donations go toward scholarship relief so that pretty much anyone can come and attend Giraffe Laugh.
Oh, wow. So there are a lot of things that make you unique. Can you share those specific things that make you unique?
Sure. I think, number one, we're year-round, right? And some people ask, how are you different from Head Start? Because Head Start is free. We are not free. Every parent pays a little bit unless they are experiencing houselessness at the time and they just, need a little hand up for a period of time. Then we'll help cover tuition until they're housed again. But beyond that, we provide 3 meals a day, super quality care. We engage with quality programming throughout the state that measures quality in child cares. And we're a level 5 stars. They actually moved to a new sort of measurement that we're not sure we really understand. But everybody understands 5 stars, right?
Yeah.
It's like a hotel, right?
Yeah.
So we're a really nice hotel during the day. And then we provide so much parent support and wraparound services.
Can we talk more about that?
Sure. So we engage in parent education. We feel like that's the most important thing for children or for adults rather, in a child's life, to understand child development. So if my 1-year-old isn't potty trained, I might not think that's right. I might think I need to be potty training a 1-year-old, and just having that conversation with someone and looking at a sheet and going, that skill doesn't develop till they're closer to 2. That basic information can actually prevent child abuse and frustration that isn't necessary.
And every child is different too.
They are,
Yeah.
right. And knowing that spectrum that, some kids do it really early and some kids do it really late, and your child is right there in the middle. And then when they're not, our goal is to connect them with services that, outside of us. And a good example is if they're having speech issues, we have speech therapists that actually come into the centers so
cool.
that parents don't have to stop working and go take them somewhere.
That's a big deal.
It's very big. It's huge. And then a lot of times when kids get a little bit older, and parents want to pay a little less in tuition, we'll do transportation to Head Start. Head Start will actually come get them. So, just partnering with as many people as possible, whether it's domestic violence, organizations, foster care. There's just so many that we're willing to partner with and, really strengthen those families.
I feel like I attended a Love and Logic class at your facility in Boise years ago.
You did, I'm sure, yes.
Because I remember I wanted to take it, but it was, it was at the end, like the kids were gone, but I got to be in there, and I remember thinking it looked like a really fun place. If I was a kid, I'd want to hang out there. So that was my first introduction to Giraffe Laugh. I never got to see the programming, so that's why all of this is just so interesting to me. So you have 5 locations. How do you how can folks get signed up?
Well, go to our website, giraffelaugh.org, and pay attention to the ORG at the end there. We're not a .com because we are a nonprofit, as you mentioned. And there is lots of information there on getting your name on a waiting list. Our waiting list is pretty extensive right now, but we use it, we call people, we do the best we can. And just like if your name is on there and you've got a 3-year-old you're looking for care for, all the other 3-year-olds are doing the same thing. So eventually your name can come to the top.
Okay. I'm kind of wondering if you haven't been into one of the Giraffe Laugh facilities, the actual schools, can you sort of describe an audio quick tour of what the school looks like when you walk
Wait,
in?
I guarantee there's giraffes.
Well, okay.
Okay, but go ahead.
That was an easy one. I'm sorry, Michelle, but
Okay, fine. No points for me.
yeah, it starts with a sign, right? So number one, you're going to run into an administrator, office. We really love parents to feel welcome. We usually have welcoming areas that where parents can gather both inside and outside. And we'll talk a little bit about that when we talk about strengthening families. But really, here's all your information. Here's the menus we're going to do this week, so on and so forth. And parents sign their child in. And then they go to either an infant class, sometimes 0 to 1, sometimes 0 to 6 months, depending on the location, because we have different facilities. Then they move to the mobiles. Those are the shakers and movers. They're off the floor and they're running and, we're chasing and the whole bit. So they're a little rowdy group. And then it goes to the 2s and 3s. And that's where the most brain growth happens. When we get them as babies, their brain is only 25% developed. And by the time they leave the 2-year-old room, it's between 50 to 80% developed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when they get to the 3s, 4s.
Wait, are you the original influencers?
Yeah, we are. Absolutely.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I can see that later on one of their advertisements.
Original influencers. I like that. Yeah. So with the 3, 4s, we always call that the big brain energy. They're negotiating and they're just learning so fast, and it's just pretty amazing. And then some of our facilities have 4 or 5 classes. Some are, mixed, 3 to 5. It depends. But by the time they leave our program, their brains are 90% developed.
Wow.
It is a wow. Because we need to think about, in the state of Idaho, we don't invest in early childhood, 5 and under. And our kindergarten readiness rates show that only about half of our kids are ready when they arrive. And so much of that is just about opportunity. And so when we invest early in those years, kids are ready for kindergarten. And it's been proven over and over, when a child is ready for kindergarten, they are more likely to be on reading level by 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. And we had a sheriff here that said that's when he can predict prison terms is by 3rd grade reading levels. Yeah. So our goal is to change that dial and send as many kids as we can, no matter what their income, off to school ready. So, and that takes, parents too. You mentioned parent education. One thing that we do there is a class called Ready for Kindergarten, and it's all the things that parents could do at home. Mm-hmm. And those are usually held, they're actually all over the valley. Here in Garden City, it's held at the library. There's one coming up, and if people were just to Google, where do I find it?
Do you have any virtual options?
Yes, there is a virtual option for Ready for Kindergarten, from what I understand.
Because I'm thinking, our listeners are all over the state of Idaho, actually all over the country now. Mm-hmm. But so for those that don't live in this area and maybe don't have access to Giraffe Laugh here, where they're at, do they have access to some of the virtual options?
They do. Ready for Kindergarten is actually statewide. It isn't a Giraffe Laugh program. It's just one that we partner with them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it is available statewide.
And you do partner with a lot of different
we do.
folks.
I mean, why reinvent the wheel?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
So talk more about the strengthening families specifically.
Sure. So I don't remember how many years back it was, but the Idaho Children's Trust Fund kind of brought the attention to community partners that the Strengthening Families model was really cool because it it focuses more on what a family has as opposed to what they don't have. And there's 5 factors that are most important. And the sooner you embed those factors into your programs, and even like the Department of Health and Welfare did it, there's several different, departments, government and private, that have really embedded these into their everyday interactions with people, because there's just so many parents out there, right?
Right.
And one is social emotional competence in children. So we want children to be able to talk about their feelings, and when they do, oftentimes then they're able to report potential abuse, that sort of thing. If they can use their words and really talk about how they're feeling, that's really important. But also social and emotional growth is just so important in a family, right? For children to feel treasured and to, really get those skills that they need and so forth. So that's one of our focus areas. Knowledge of parenting and child development. We talked a little bit about that. I use potty training as the example. There's a million of them. My child's not crawling, my child still sucks their thumb. My child isn't speaking, so on and so forth. So these are all really important milestones that we want to see. So we do parent-teacher conferences twice a year. And the first time I told an infant parent that, she was like, what? Her son is now an engineer living in Seattle. And he was 6 weeks old when he started with us. And
Wow.
yeah, we were visiting just the other day, and she said, you told me, go tell your boss you need this time off because you need to come and talk. And she said it was really helpful for her. Because her mother-in-law thought that something was wrong with him. And she said, nope, Giraffe Laugh told me he's just fine. He's on point. He's doing just great. And she said she never would have known that, if she hadn't had that conference.
Wow.
Isn't that sweet?
That is so sweet. And you gave her so much comfort and confidence.
Well, we mentioned earlier about each child is different. I mean, it's sad or bad, I guess, that there are these levels set in some people's minds that this is where the kid has to be at this time.
Exactly.
And that's what they've maybe been taught over the years, and they do need to come and find out
They do.
how unique their individual child is.
We all need that, right?
Yeah.
We need guidance, especially when we're learning to parent, because they're learning too. Everything is brand new to them.
Yeah.
And even if you're a skilled parent, every kid is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number
Yep,
two,
yep, yep.
you parent differently than number one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many. You're like,
Right.
oh, well, this is a new
Yes, I know.
behavior. Okay, so we have two. So
we do.
Yeah.
So another one is social connections, and the beauty of that, I kind of mentioned that when we try to make it a welcoming atmosphere when parents arrive. So not only do we have like benches outside where people can maybe gather when they're picking up their child or dropping off, and visit with one another, but also welcoming areas inside where parents feel like they can come. One of those is a place for moms to nurse their babies, and we'll have dads that will come and, be in a rocking chair and feed their babies as well. So just making parents feel like they have some connections and that they get to know other parents
Right.
in the building, because that's where their child is all day.
Right.
Yeah, and then we have a parent advisory committee, and they're welcome to join that and then get involved in some of the activities at the center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on to 4.
Yes. So number 4, concrete support in times of need. So concrete support is the best examples are food pantries. So anytime anyone, when we're open, can come by and, get some food, choose what they want. We don't always have it hidden away. A lot of times the items, especially when it's fresh stuff that we get from City of Good. I don't know if you've talked to them, but they're wonderful. And Idaho Food Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both do a great job of keeping us stocked. And with both of those, they it's just out where anyone can take it. It isn't, okay, only the low-income people get to take this because we have regular income families. We encourage everyone. This is healthy food. We have guides. We have menus, so on and so forth, so that parents can choose stuff. And then kids, too. They have a blast. They'll get right up there and say, I need one of these. And it'll be a bundle of kale, and they're like, what are we doing with that?
A bundle of kale.
Yes.
We're going to massage it now so we can eat it.
Your kale.
Yeah. Turn on the
love
nice
that.
music.
Yeah.
We got to get the right mode.
Essential oils.
Not on the kale.
Never mind.
No, it does not go on the kale.
Okay.
That was a hard no.
That's a whole different
You had the music and the
experience.
massage, and I was there.
Right. I know. I'm right there with you right now.
Maybe some olive oil. There you go.
Okay.
There. That would be acceptable.
Oh, this man.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. What are we going to do with them? Well, the last thing is resilience. And resilience is just a parent's ability to really bounce back from a setback, whether it's big, like a job loss, or just a really bad morning, where they couldn't get their child dressed, or,
You're not
they
alone.
come in tears, and right, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
because life is hard. Life as a parent, it can be, it's multiplied because you're multiplied by people. And it's just being able to bounce back. And you said it, you're not alone. I don't know how many times our directors have had to say that to a parent. We're here. Let me take them. Let me have those clothes. I'll put them on them. Don't worry about their shoes. We've got this. You go
that's
off to
lovely.
work, take a breath, and get out the door. And then, that allows them to bounce back. And that bounce back is so critical.
Yeah.
We're doing it all the time. And when we don't have stressors like, can I pay my rent? I don't have enough food, or I don't have enough clothing, or my car's breaking down, all that type of stuff. You layer that on top of just regular life, and your resilience, it gets tougher and tougher. So building up those skills for parents is really important, but they need those social connections and not to feel alone.
Wow. So this is a wonderful program.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so glad to hear that you have 5 locations, and I'm sure folks that are listening from across the state of Idaho that maybe have their child in a program already, or maybe someone works at a program, are like, I wonder if we can do some of this with our program. I'm curious. We have a lot of people also who listen who want to give back or who want to volunteer. Do you have opportunities for volunteers, or with I know the City of Good and Idaho Food Bank helps with food. Do you need help with diapers? I mean, do you collect that as well?
We always need help
Okay.
with all of that sort of
Okay.
stuff. We're happy to take any donations of items that
Okay.
are critical for our services or for parents. We also do Thanksgiving baskets, Christmas adoptions. We have 3 events every year. So we have lots of opportunities for volunteers. We love volunteers, right? They're our lifeblood.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and again, going to the website is a great way to just send a thing. Hey, what could I do? And there is a whole list there of things that people could be engaged in, anywhere from, putting a stamp on a letter to being a board member. We just, we have it all. So
Wow.
we love help. And then for those people around the state that are in different programs and maybe wanting to know, how do I, talk to my provider about some of these things? You don't have to be a nonprofit to do Strengthening Families. And there is a self-assessment form. It's called Center-Based Early Learning Self-Assessment, I think, for Strengthening Families. And if you go to the Strengthening Families website, that's the best place to start. Not only will you get all the great information, but you can actually fill out that self-assessment. And when a provider does that, they can go, oh my gosh, I never even thought about that. Just a bench outside might make a difference for a parent,
Yeah.
little things like that we didn't think about before we went through all the training, way back when. So,
And I'll say all of these that you're talking about, all these links and everything will be added to the show notes, so you won't have to
Wonderful.
go look for them. We'll have all of that at your fingertips. And so excited. I mean,
I'm
this is just
glad.
what a great program. And yeah, you're doing so much good. And I'm just thinking of that one kid and how many other kids are out there with similar stories.
yes, it's just one story.
And I wonder how many people, after listening to this, will drive by a Giraffe Laugh and go, oh, I didn't know that's what they were all about.
Right.
Because I didn't really know.
I know. Are we a comedy show or what
No,
are we?
no, no.
I know. Are we a zoo? What are we?
Sometimes, probably.
I know. We're a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yes. One other reference I'd love to mention
Oh,
is
yes, of course.
findhelp.org or findhelpidaho.org, excuse me. And that is a wonderful place to find resources. So for any parent, if you are looking for counseling for you, your child, if you're looking for childcare, if you're seeking food, whatever you need, it's all on there, and
Okay.
it's done by zip code.
Nice.
So very nice. Yeah.
Okay,
it
I will
boils
add
it
that.
down for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That will be added to the show notes.
Well, I want to say thank you both for being here and hanging out with the giraffes and I.
The cool kids.
Yes.
Well, thank you,
and,
Lori. Thank you
yeah,
very much.
definitely.
This podcast is brought to you by the Idaho Children's Trust Fund.